Cadence match here. Yep. And here we go. We are off. Cyber looking at an 8-1 record with an 827 best win compared to his Ribbongraph 7-2 record with an 812 best win. The numbers say Cyber, but will the actions agree? We'll find out. Early Glass Longsword for Cyber 1 out of this hidden chest. Ribbongraph hanging back doing a little bit of farming. Finds this blue Slime Lord and is going to be farming up for an early Leprechaun. Farming up quite a bit of cash. So going to be able to go on quite the shopping spree later on. Glass Longsword there for Cyber. Going to make fighting this Shriner pretty easy. Yeah, the change once again, the change to Shrine of Blood generating some extra value here, because now rather than this Shrine Bomb being 3 different rings, it's 2 different rings and a Crown of Thorns. So Cyber going to be able to run the Crown of Thorns for some health regen alongside the Ring of Peace for just that easy mode modifier. We've got Blood Rapier for Ribbongraph. Looks like Ribbongraph is actually taking a quite different route and is probably not going to find that Glass Longsword. Might not find the Shriner either, which would be unfortunate. Ribbongraph would really like the Ring of War here. And it looks like Ribbongraph going to go find it. Okay, yeah. Ribbongraph paying attention and going to be going for this Shriner fight. Is thinking about it. Okay. Goes for it. Yeah, with the Ring of War, this is a pretty easy fight. And goes up to a 2 damage Blood Rapier with lots of health regeneration. Cyber 1, meanwhile, finding this Titanium Rapier in this arena fight. So also looking pretty strong here. We're looking at dueling rapiers. Red versus blue. War versus peace. The battle of ideals here. Obsidian Torch for Ribbongraph. Looks like Cyber missed that on his pass through Zone 1. So Ribbongraph going to enjoy a little bit of extra mapping. That said, you know, the advantage of extra mapping when you're the one behind is somewhat lessened, because you can generally just use your opponent for mapping if you're an avid enough screen watcher. Ribbongraph going for the full kill on Deep Blues. I would just go for the quick lunge on the King in the corner, because yeah, with the +1 damage from the rapier lunge and the Ring of War, that is 3 damage, which does one-shot King. So Ribbongraph going to find this arena and go for the Pulse spell instead. I think that's a good choice. Blood Rapier here going to be pretty strong as is. Pulse opens up more options, rather than just making the damage number go up a little more. But, yeah, Ribbongraph gonna have to try and start putting the pressure on, because Cyber is kind of running away here. Cyber on 3-1, Ribbongraph on 2-3. Finds the glass shop with the Glass Rapier, but gonna stick with the Blood Rapier. I think that's wise here. If you really wanted to lay the pressure on, you could go full glass, just ditch the whole blood regen setup. Oh, and I think we're getting hit with an ad break again on Cyber's side. God damn it. I hate Twitch. I hate this website. I'm gonna try and reload his stream. Alright, here we go. Ooh, Cyber taking a hit on the way out, but has swapped to Quartz Armor, so not too big of a hit. But the thing is, yeah, Cyber is going to be a lot slower to regenerate health with just the Crown of Thorns. Ribbongraph with the Crown of Thorns plus the Blood Rapier going to be regenerating health every 5 kills. Just took a bit of a Yeti clap, but already has regenerated some of that health back. And Ribbongraph is pushing pretty effectively. Pulse Spell going to make quick work of this mini-boss arena. And, yeah, just a little bit behind Cyber now. Might see an Ozuma here. Nope, just going to go for the Throne Dig and the Blood Pulse. But yeah, Ribbongraph is going to skip the boss chest. I think that's wise here. Still a little bit of distance to cover, to make up for here. And Cyber is no slouch. You can't count on him to slow down or die. It's about a 1 floor difference here. Good pulse usage from Ribbongraph to take out this ogre, but yeah, as Ribbongraph leaves 4-1, Cyber finishes up 4-2. And yeah, Ribbongraph, again, you know, it's important to keep an eye out on the build for endgame purposes. Cyber 1 has the advantage there as well with this Blood Shovel. Blood Shovel gonna enable just a quick digging of the Necrodancer stage. Ooh, that's a big hit from that Golem there for Ribbongraph, but that's a bigger hit for Cyber! Who goes down near the 4-3 exit. And now Ribbongraph needs to... Ooh, Ribbongraph. Ooh, nice pulse. That pulse spell clearing up that setup. Oh, but Ribbongraph tripping a dice trap, spawning some extra enemies, whiffing on the pulse, fireballing away. There's a Yeti closing in. Orange Armadillo is rolling everywhere. Cats and dogs raining from the sky. It's madness. But Ribbongraph finds a Conjurer and armors up, gets the winged boots for the goo protection, and after all of that chaos, it looks like Ribbongraph's gonna stabilize this. And Ribbongraph safely moving on to the 4th boss, Coral Riff. Going to be able to very comfortably take this out. Even blood pulsing. Ribbongraph really leaning into this high health regeneration build. Just aggressively blood magicking everything. Finds the freeze spell. Yeah, gonna go with freeze and fireball. We've really seen Ribbongraph enjoying the pulse spell quite a bit. And I've been telling you guys, Pulse is good. Pulse is maybe even the best offensive spell in the game. It's so strong. It covers angles that a lot of weapons don't, and it one-shots most mini-bosses. It's very, very good. Not sure about Pulse versus Earth. I mean, Earth has the benefit of obviously instant killing several bosses, but having to then follow up with like digging out of the walls, like it limits its applications. You have to very thoughtfully decide when to Earth to actually save time, outside of getting the kills on bosses like Coral Riff. You know, Coral Riff Earth is obviously extremely free, but using Earth outside of that, like you have to set up for it, and you have to make sure that you're not actually just costing more time than you're saving. Earth takes a lot of thought. 3-bomb pickup for Ribbongraph with this Blast Helm. Okay, swaps back the Crown of Thorns, then swaps back to the Blast Helm again. Yeah, with the 8 bombs and the bomb charm, this Blast Helm is really, really strong. Yeah, and I'm not gonna, you know, smack talk Fireball. Fireball's a very good spell too. With its infinite range, it's really good at horizontal approaches into Zone 4 exit rooms. But I think in terms of just scooting around, taking out pesky mini-bosses, and getting out, Pulse is very good at it. A little bit of an off-the-rails dead ringer for Ribbongraph. I think going for that Minotaur strat and not quite getting the lineup, but gets it back under control pretty nicely. Last time bombs coming in for Ribbongraph, taking no chances, just blowing everything away. And we've got Necrodancer Phase 2 coming in. 2 hits down, 4 to go. Yeah, Ribbongraph with a pretty safe approach here, clearing out the ads. I definitely respect it here. Oop, Dorian taking a bit of a hit there. Black Shielded Skeletons, one of the enemy types you gotta watch out for. They hit hard. Hard enough to make Dorian sweat a little bit. He does take a full heart of damage from that compared to the half a heart most things in this fight deal. And last hit coming in, Ribbongraph delivering the killing blow and making off with the golden loot for game 1. Alright, getting ready for race 2. Very close race on that one. It was neck and neck, but as always, Zone 4. The killer of runs. Putting a stop to Cyber's rampage. We'll see if Cyber can answer back with a win of his own here. And here we go. Round 2 coming in. See what we got here. Looks like an early apple for Cyber. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. Ribbongraph gonna find that apple as well as we move towards the 1-1 exit. Looks like we have our blood shop down here. Could be the glass transfer, but likely the blood shop. Cyber cracking it open. And our blood shop has nothing crazy. In fact, Cyber's just gonna say he wants nothing to do with it. Now Ribbongraph, I think, keeping the Minotaur alive is gonna be looking to use it to open this blood shop. Can then spend the bomb for a guaranteed safe kill, if he so desires. That looks like that's what we're going to see here. Ribbongraph going to fight this Blood Shopkeeper for the Blood Drum and the Gold Flail. Nope, Base Cat. Base Cat. I think that's a tough decision. Gold Flail does offer ways to open crates in the early game. But the cat gives you nice maneuverability, makes handling the Zone 1 enemies a little easier. And we've got a Ring of Pain in this 1-2 lot shop. Pairs pretty nicely with the base cat. Even makes the base cat viable as your setup for the run if you want. Ribbongraph does now have enough money to go back and buy the Ring of Pain if they want. It is a little bit of a trek. It looks like they are going to make the journey back there to get that Ring of Pain. Oh, maybe grabbing a little extra gold just to make sure. Maybe not. Maybe unsure how much it cost exactly. Or maybe on to grab, what was it, the Nazar Charm? But Nazar Charm's pretty expensive, not going to be able to buy that as well. Cyber, pushing up pretty fast. Already onto Zone 2, picking up this Obsidian Broadsword. So, Ribbongraph's going to have some distance to make up here. This is pretty similar to the setup we saw last time. Ribbongraph going for the early farm. Cyber just going for the raw push. And then it kind of equalizing in the endgame. We'll see if that trend continues here. As we push through, Cyber finding a phasing dagger. Gonna stick with the Obsidian Broadsword just for the raw damage output. Miner's Cap, Cat, and Ring of Pain. Pretty good setup for Ribbongraph. You do kind of wish that you had a little more damage output, but it's not the end of the world. The Ring of Pain is gonna take care of quite a bit of that. Ribbongraph farming up some extra money, hoping to do some shopping down the line, perhaps. And it's gonna move on to Fortissimo 1. Cyber, meanwhile, almost a full zone ahead at this point. On to Zone 2, 3. Good fireball usage from Ribbongraph. And Cyber, checking the Shriner, is gonna take a mystery weapon, and it's a flail, looks like a titanium flail. And he's gonna run it. He's happy, he's satisfied with that weapon choice. Ribbongraph, interestingly, swapping off of the base cat into that phasing dagger we saw earlier. Phasing dagger usually kind of a bad pairing with the Miner's Cap. The Miner's Cap very prone to opening levels up to huge swarms. But Ring of Pain is the perfect complement for that. Ring of Pain just going to be dealing 1 point of weapon damage to all surrounding tiles on any attack. It's going to act as some excellent crowd control. And with the layout tweaks caused by the Shrine of Space, Ribbongraph is not going to see that Shriner that we saw on Cyber's side. Coming into Zone 3, and we've got a quick Conjurer. This is perfect for Ribbongraph. Absolutely wants some armor. And, oh, also some boots. Gets up to 3 damage on the Dagger of Phasing. Oh, I knew that was going to be rough. That Blue Dragon inhaling as Ribbongraph goes into the Conjurer. That leads to some nasty memory games coming out of the Conjurer. Gotta remember which direction is safe. Between the Blue Dragon Breath, the Riders closing in. That was very rough, and Ribbongraph has that Obsidian Armor to thank for surviving that. It gave just enough defense to survive that Black Skeleton Rider hit, because those Black Skeletons hit for a whopping 3 hearts. That's as much as a Grey Goblin, for those who aren't keeping track at home. Ooh, wants the Battle Shovel, but can't afford it. Just went on the shopping spree in the Conjurer. So Ribbongraph kind of feeling a little scared on this low health and trying to do some shopping to make up for the issues, but not getting any benefit out of it. And this is allowing Cyber the opportunity to put some distance between the two of them. Yeah, Ribbongraph really gonna need to find some food. Here's some heavy glass, but no way to kill without access to that blood drum. So, not going to be able to make the pivot. Good use of the fireball spell. Some extra defense. Kind of feels like a slap in the face with the when you're on low health like this. Could spend the bomb on this shrine and is going to. Grabs the cheese, makes sure. Okay, good. Was concerned Ribbongraph was about to get backpacked and accidentally hit the blood drum instead. So Ribbongraph feeling a little healthier, feeling a little more in control again, but Cyber kind of running away a bit here. It's a 1 zone difference here, and Ribbongraph immediately taking a couple hits to that Goblin Bomber. Thankfully, the cheese coming in here to patch that back up. Shrine of Peace here could be utilized to get some extra health. It looks like gonna go for it. Yep, there we go. So back to 4 hearts. But Cyber is pushing ahead. There's a potion, but Cyber does not have easy access to it. Gonna have to utilize this Goblin Bomber, which, yeah, he is doing that, so gonna be able to pick up this potion. Ribbongraph going for a somewhat risky telemonkey, unfortunately just getting moved backwards, losing time for that. And yeah, Ribbongraph needs to try and utilize this miner's cap as best as he is able to try and maintain a lead here. But Ribbongraph is looking really strong here. Pretty powerful pushes into these exit rooms. I don't know if Ribbongraph is going to find the potion, is the thing. Okay, I think he sees it. The question is, does he go for it? Okay, yeah, he is getting kind of pushed over here, so he's going to grab the potion. And now, I think this is what that potion is, I think, what Ribbongraph needs to really start feeling like it's time to just push. Exit room causing problems, these golems tangling everything up. But Ribbongraph making it out. And it's worth noting, again, as always, distance is important, but it's also important to note the endgame build. And Ribbongraph has the Miner's Cap, Obsidian Shovel, Blood Drum combo. As long as Ribbongraph arrives at the Necrodancer fight with at least a heart and a half, which, on track for that, with that potion in deck, he can dig through the stage and skip phase 1. Cyber, nothing. No bombs, no shovel upgrades, nothing. Cyber is on track for a full button puzzle setup. And that means that despite the 1 floor difference, I think Ribbongraph actually has the lead right now. Potion going down for Ribbongraph. But still 5 hearts. Again, just needs to get to the end game with a heart and a half to be able to stage dig. Oh, but mismapping. I don't think screen watching Cyber's run through this floor. Oh, and that's a big hit. Ribbongraph's got to be careful here. Needs to keep the health high. Does have the phasing dagger for the Deadringer kill. Can save the health. Doesn't need to blood drum Deadringer. And yeah, Cyber beginning the button puzzles. But Ribbongraph getting lost in 5-3, giving Cyber some much needed space here, but Cyber struggling to get this 3rd button puzzle lined up. Oh, Ribbongraph, forgetting that the... Okay, no, that's it! Ribbongraph, oh no! Ribbongraph doesn't have the health to dig anymore. Oh, that's such a disaster! Ribbongraph failing to account for both the phasing dagger and the miner's cap. But Cyber was struggling so much with the button puzzles that Ribbongraph actually might still be able to sneak in here. Four hearts for the Necrodancer on Ribbongraph's side. 2 hearts for Cyber. It's 2 and 2. It's even. 1 hit for both runners. The last hits come in. And I think it goes to Ribbongraph. That's a 2-second advantage in Ribbongraph's favor. Oh my goodness, what a roller coaster of an endgame. Woo boy. Man, if you ever want a race for the argument of it ain't over till it's over, it ain't over until Cadence, or I guess Dorian, if we're letting him, is on those exit stairs, like, that race. That race is it right there. That endgame was such a back and forth. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the Blood Drum Miner's Cap setup for the Necrodancer stage dig is a little tricky. The ideal approach for it is a little tricky and a little counterintuitive, so not uncommon to see someone, even at Ribbongraph's level, to get tripped up by it. And yeah, Cyber, unfortunately, struggling to get those button puzzles lined up, just opening the door just wide enough for Ribbongraph to sneak in after that mishap with the Blood Drum. Alright, we're coming in for race number 3 here. 2 very close races so far. And I'm hoping we'll see the same for our 3rd race here. We've got Latte interjecting with some commentary. Y'all agree? I think I agree. She has some very insightful thoughts onto the state of this race. You can say hi all you want, chat. She's upstairs. She's just really loud. She ain't gonna see it. I hate to break it to you. I will let her know that you said hi. Alright, we are off with race number 3. We've got an early wooden shield, blocking 1 hit from the front, and Cyber gonna keep digging and finds this blood shop. I believe Ribbongraph does tend to be an avid screen watcher, so we'll probably follow suit and get there. Ooh, but finds this barrel as well. Gonna be able to push this barrel over towards the cracked wall to get some value on this bomb. And it's got 3 bombs, which means that Ribbongraph can just comfortably go for a quick kill. Oh, okay, yeah, just gonna use the throwing charm setup there. Throwing charm immediately returning the weapon to your hand 1 time each floor. So going to allow for a safe kill there. Does, of course, come at the cost of the 1 heart that you need to pay to buy the throwing charm, but you do get it nonetheless. Chicken out of the barrel up here, topping up Cyber 1's health. Yeah, with the throwing charm, you just need to, if Freddy teleports next to you, make sure that you step away from him. And after that, you're in the clear. We got a food shop on 1-3. Both racers may be wishing they'd held on to that chicken a little bit. Bro coming out for Ribbongraph. Oh, Blue Bat with the courtesy block. Oh, Red Dragon Stomp for Cyber 1. Missed what happened. Wonder if it was a Tall Sprite Monkey or something. Not often you see runners going down at this level to early Red Dragons, but it does happen to the best of us. So Ribbongraph gonna enjoy a slight early game advantage. getting that throw charm throw on to the food shop. Just gonna gluttony off the carrot immediately, which makes sense. They've got that blood drum and want to take it with. So only way to get value off of that carrot is to just eat it now. Cast over on the right alongside a barrel. And it's chainmail. And blood drumming open the barrel for that coupon. Ooh, and Ribbongraph, seeing that it's a locked shop, I think is going to head over there to see if there's anything worth couponing. See what we got. Oh, that's a strength charm. That's definitely worth the coupon. Winged Boot's pretty nice too. Although, a little bit of an anti-synergy with that throwing charm. Ribbongraph gonna push to the exit stairs. Not sure I'd do that. Yeah, okay, gonna backtrack and head for the trapdoor. And this has all given Cyber the chance to kind of make up for that death and catch back up a little bit. Cyber just gonna go for the kill. Doesn't have the money, doesn't have the coupon, wants that strength charm, just kills Freddy. Ribbongraph going for the throw kill on King Konga. And we'll probably be seeing a weapon upgrade here out of this black chest, and it's a Onyx Trident. Could do better, could do worse. It is nice with that throwing charm. That 3-column wide throw can act as a full room clear under the right circumstances. Can be pretty powerful. Cyber going to take the Trident as well, trailing shortly behind Ribbongraph. Ribbongraph snagging a little bit on that Trident range. Cyber with a little bit more efficient of a dig through is going to head to the 2-1 exit. Ribbongraph just going to bomb for some cheese. Cyber likely going to do the same. Oh, no, Cyber's just going to leave the shrine behind. Grabs the Lucky Charm and heads for the exit. Oh, and we've got a cracked wall here. And that's going to be a Pulse Spell. We've been seeing Ribbongraph enjoying the Pulse Spell quite a bit. And Pulse Spell does complement the range of Trident fairly well. Trident with its diagonal blind spot. Oh, could take the cat here. Yeah, okay. Ribbongraph going for the cat. With the +1 damage from the Strength Charm. That is quite powerful here. Unlikely you'll see the Onyx material utilized here, with Cat being a move attack weapon. It's kind of hard to get much mileage out of that. But we do see some throwing charm value, and there's some Onyx value right there, taking out those golems. And with the throwing charm, Ribbongraph going to be able to blood drum throw this cat across the room and instant kill the king. And just going to skip the boss chest and push on. Ribbongraph very nicely maneuvering through this swarm. And finding the transmog shop. Cyber, meanwhile, has found a potion. As soon as OBS decides to stop being a butt and actually load the stream. You guys will see that too. Did it crash? Did it really crash? Okay, hold on. Well, anyway, apologies for the technical difficulties. Again, I hate Twitch. And the stream loads and then immediately hangs again. And we've got Ribbongraph, well, as far as I can tell, about equal with Cyber right now. Oh, Cyber finding a Shrine of Peace, though, and is going to bomb it for a Ring of Peace. Ribbongraph doing the same here. And yeah, this is neck and neck. But yeah, Ribbongraph with the Shopkeeper still alive has that Obsidian or Onyx Cap compared to the Onyx Trident of Cyber. But yeah, the Trident throw with the throwing charm proving pretty valuable here. Cyber making good use of it and clearing out that 4-2 exit room quickly. And as a result, still keeping pace. Even with the generally even with Ribbongraph having the generally stronger cat weapon type. That said, you know, still can get good throwing charm mileage out of the cat too. Ribbongraph using it to clear out the sarcophagus and cleave out Fortissimo, and a little bit of a faster kill with that pulse spell, and it's dead even. Beat for beat, Racers getting down to 5-1 at the same time. Ribbongraph using that blood dig to push a little harder and gain a little bit of a lead here. Nice use of the shield to block these Evil Eye charges. And here we go. Oh, it's these Racers are pushing each other, or pushing one another so hard right now. But yeah, Ribbongraph, I think, just a little bit more efficient in this Zone 5. Cyber was more efficient in Zone 4, but Ribbongraph answering back. Showing Cyber how it's done in the endgame. Blood Drum hit coming. Ooh, that's a big Dead Ringer charge for Ribbongraph. Cyber trying to set up for an Onyx throw. Doesn't quite get the lineup right. And goes down! Goes down to Dead Ringer at the very end. Just not able to secure the follow-up infinite damage hit. Oh, and we see a loot throw from Ribbongraph here. 5 hearts left for Ribbongraph. They're looking pretty comfy here. Just need to hit Necrodancer 2 more times. 1 more hit to go. And throws the loot for the finishing blow. The disrespect. Ribbongraph takes the clean 3-0 sweep.